I'm so f***ing over clowns.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. DC posted a nice shiny HD version of the Birds of Prey trailer and English language, so there's actually a whole bunch of new details that we've got since I did my last video, so we'll break it down. And even though it's technically not DC, there's a really cool Avatar: The Last Airbender Easter egg inside this movie that I'll explain during the video. Some of you might know what I'm talking about already. We're doing a movie ticket giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave your favorite Harley Quinn moment on the video. I'll name a new winner at the end of this. We also got some more information about Jared Leto's Joker's involvement in this, because this is spinning out of the Suicide Squad continuity. It's the same version of Harley Quinn just after the events of Suicide Squad and Justice League. There was a big question about what was going on with Jared Leto, because they have the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, which is blowing up big time, even though it's not connected to the other DCEU films. But Birds of Prey is. In clarification, a lot of you will be excited by this, it will be rated R, just like the Joker. There was a source I was quoting that said it was going to be PG-13. Apparently that was wrong. No worries. The movie will be rated R, and that is the reason why Harley Quinn drops an F-bomb during that trailer. That's why they attached the trailer to It Chapter 2, because that's rated R, and released it in the way that they did, because they didn't post it like they would post a normal trailer. I think just to hype up the fact that it is way more hardcore than a normal PG-13 movie, but also there are weird rules about the way you can market rated R films. You have to put a special red band trailer in front of them, and they haven't been posting as many red band trailers on YouTube the last couple of years as they used to. So when you go see the It Chapter 2 movie this weekend, what happens is normally before films, they play the trailers just like they would for any other movie. But what happens is all the trailers play, then the theater credits for whatever theater you're going to, AMC or whatever big theater chain, those roll. Usually after that, in the United States at least, the actual movie starts playing. But what happens when you go to see It Chapter 2 this weekend is that when that happens, when the actual movie begins, you get this fake-out trailer that's made to look like the opening sequence from It Chapter 2. The Warner Brothers logo pops up, the creepy theme song for Pennywise starts playing, giving you crazy flashbacks, his red balloons start floating up. The thing that gives it away, though, is when the DC logo flashes, because you're like, wait a minute, when did DC Comics start making Stephen King movies? This is crazy. And then, of course, like you see this shadow walking through the balloons, it looks like it's wearing a clown outfit like Pennywise. And then, now that we have the nice HD version, you can clearly see Harley Quinn swing her mallet from the comics to blow up the balloons and say, I'm so effing done with clowns. Dropping an F-bomb doesn't seem like that big a deal, but it's been a while since we've had a more hardcore DC movie. You get a much clearer shot of Huntress riding her motorcycle speeding through the city. I love HD over potato footage any day. It makes it so much easier to actually pick out details during trailers. You get a better shot of her whipping her hood off using her handheld crossbow. She's the Helena Bertinelli version of Huntress, so she comes from a crime family. So that's why them going up against Black Mask in the mobs of Gotham is so close to her, because she does this all the time on her own anyway. Mary Elizabeth Winstead looks great as the character. If you didn't watch her while they were actually filming the movie last year, she got super jacked for this. All of them go off the chain during the movie at various points. That's why you see all the blood splatters, and that's why they're doing it rated R, so they can actually take it that far with the fights. Huntress during the movie supposedly used to work for Black Mask and is actually looking to get revenge on Victor Zsasz. So even though Black Mask is technically the big villain of the film, there's a lot of other rivalries going on within his organization. Makes sense if you're going to cast someone as notable as Chris Messina that you give him a bigger storyline. You get a much better shot of Ewan McGregor's Black Mask inside his nightclub. If you look behind him, because we have the HD version and we can see what's going on in the background, this person with the white hair looking in the other direction is actually Chris Messina's Victor Zsasz. There have been a bunch of different versions of the character in the movie so far. The most recent version we saw was on the Gotham TV show for a couple seasons. He's sort of the enforcer to Black Mask's boss of bosses. You have to think of Black Mask during this movie as being more like a Sal Maroni, a bigger boss that everyone is afraid of. But Gotham itself is huge. That's how they can have this movie and all this stuff going on without Batman necessarily getting involved. But supposedly there is a lot of Batman mentioned during the movie, but he's not supposed to have a cameo or anything like that, if you're wondering, because of all the logistics with the Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves Batman movies that are supposed to be set during the 90s. This is set during present day. As far as we know, Ben Affleck isn't coming back to do any more Batman scenes in present day, so if they wanted to use Batman in the Birds of Prey movie, they would have to do a Shazam-style twist where they use a stunt double wearing the costume, just walking into frame, and you never see his face.
I invited another friend. I hope that's okay.
And while it worked for the Shazam movie ending, I feel like you can't do that too many times before the audience starts to wise up and it starts to feel like a really old thing, like, oh, not again, why don't you just show his face? You see Black Canary singing behind him. She's a songstress just like she was during the New 52 comics. They haven't explained if she's going to be a metahuman during this, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was, because we're coming from the Suicide Squad continuity and we had metahumans during that movie, so it's not unusual for people to actually have powers in this world. A much better shot of Cassandra Cain hiding from the mobsters inside this giant funhouse fight on Amusement Mile. There's a whole bunch of the movie that takes place on Amusement Mile because Harley Quinn is technically the main character in the movie, and so much of this movie is about her breaking away from the Joker. So of course, there's going to be a couple huge action scenes, innermost cave style, if you're talking about hero's journey, in Amusement Mile. That would be her innermost cave. You literally walk into the mouth of a clown thinking about the Joker. We also found out what's going on here. During the fight, she throws her mallet at this person wearing the mask. That's actually one of Black Mask's henchmen. It seems like they're doing the False Face Society from the New 52 comics. They're basically an organization that's started by Black Mask that wear a bunch of different masks. There's a white mask, there's a black mask. It's sort of a Court of Owls situation where they all try to hide their identities, even though it's not tied to the Court of Owls or anything like that. And even though it doesn't show up in this trailer, we have seen pictures of Ewan McGregor wearing a black mask, but it only covers the top half of his face. It's not the full black mask that you see during the Arkham games, so he does wear a black mask during the movie. And as for how they handle the actual Joker during the movie, because it's supposed to be Jared Leto's version of the Joker, there's supposed to be some Joker scenes where you don't directly see his face on screen, just taken from footage that they shot for Suicide Squad that wound up on the cutting room floor. There were shelves and shelves of hard drives worth of digital footage that they shot with Jared Leto's Joker that didn't make it into the final cut of the film. If you hear any of the interviews that he did around that time, he actually said he was really upset because he was only in the movie for about 10-15 minutes and he actually shot a couple hours worth of footage. But all that stuff takes place at the beginning of the movie. She leaves him, that's when they pick up with the Birds of Prey plot. So it's relatively minor involvement from actual Jared Leto Joker. Then you see Harley Quinn in the shopping cart eating the sandwich with one of her twin laughing hyenas. Bud and Lou are in the movie. You can actually see her in this behind the scenes picture wheeling out a whole bunch of dog feed to give to them. There was a report saying that Harley Quinn would be narrating some of the movie, Deadpool style, breaking the fourth wall. Imagine it being more like the first Deadpool movie than Deadpool 2.
Some kinds of anger can't be managed. Like the kind where your year-long plan ends with the wrong guy getting dismembered! That said, when it comes time to licking wounds, there's no place like home.
But in all the descriptions, there's no mention made of Cassandra Cain's parents. Her mother is Lady Shiva, and her father is David Cain, two of the world's deadliest assassins. So she comes from a really terrible background. Supposedly, they're trying to turn her into another weapon during this movie, and that's part of the reason why Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey want to rescue her from Black Mask's organization. They don't want her to be indoctrinated into the False Face Society just to become another one of his puppets. And fun fact, if you're a big Avatar: The Last Airbender fan, the little girl that's playing Ella J. Bosco is the niece of Dante Bosco in real life, Prince Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and he was Prince Rufio. Most people either quote him as Rufio or Prince Zuko when you spot him on the street. Speaking of which, I actually just did an Avatar: The Last Airbender video a little while ago. There's a Netflix series that they're doing. It's going to be a retelling of the original Avatar: The Last Airbender story, but it's not going to premiere till either late next year or early 2021. Not really DC related, but I know a lot of you are hardcore Avatar: The Last Airbender fans. Titans Episode 1 just dropped. They introduced their new Deathstroke and their new Batman, so I might do a video for that this weekend, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Leave your video requests and your big questions in the comments below. Congratulations, Darodum, you're the giveaway winner from my last big DC video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your contact details. Everybody click here to watch Robert Pattinson break down the teaser for the new Batman movie, and click here for my breakdown of the Avengers What If trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.